the spirit of volunteerism in America and just what that can achieve. 3.5 million people go to Yosemite National Park every year, and they leave a lot of mess. What to do about it? Just call a few thousand of your best friends. ABC's David Muir reports from Yosemite.
As the sun rises over Yosemite National Park, the storied El Capitan is ready for another day in the spotlight. Another day of tourists taking photographs and climbers scaling his 3,600-foot facade. Ken Yeager is among those devoted climbers. He's been coming here since 1972. And just as the park comes alive beneath the morning sun, Ken, too, readies himself for a monumental challenge.
Let's do that.
Not Capitan, a different uphill fight.
3 on 3.
He wants to clean the park, and he's serious.
We got over 25,000 pounds.
That's 25,000 pounds of garbage, picked up last year by him and his volunteers, one piece at a time. And this year, he's at it again, trying to convince Yosemite's visitors that their own footprint can be erased.
I don't think the average visitor to Yosemite realizes the impact that they have, the cumulative effect of 3.5 million visitors.
When you look at this map, are you impressed?
I am. Yeah, actually for just 2 days, that's very good. That's the best start we've ever had, I mean, by far. Are you impressed?
I'm impressed. I've seen him out there today.
Each stretch of road highlighted is a road cleaned by the growing number of climbers and visitors who, by word of mouth, have joined Ken's cause. This year, there are nearly 3,000 of them.
Some of the most accomplished climbers from all over the world come here to Yosemite to scale El Capitan. They are all adventurers, but so many of them have now become spotters, looking out for what's been left behind by the millions of tourists who visit here every year. How much is the drop, you said?
It's 700 feet going down.
Over the edge?
Yeah.
Climber Ivo Ninov moved here from Bulgaria.
So how many times do you suppose you've scaled Capitan?
51.
51?
Yeah.
Not that you're counting or anything.
No, I have been counting.
You have?
51 times. But on this day, he is rappelling down a cliff to pick up trash.
I'm blown away myself to see the amount of garbage which is here.
Armed with cables and trash bags, the climbers are cleaning the cliffs, bringing in a helicopter to carry heavy loads of garbage from atop the monuments. But some loads are too heavy, even for a helicopter. Grant Hiskus has been climbing Yosemite for 3 decades and is always on the lookout for new trails. He was scouting a path when, buried in the brush, he saw what at first looked like a piece of rusted metal.
It turned out it's a 1951 Nash. Yes, they're trying to find a VIN number on it. The motor was completely encased with squirrel nests and pine cones.
Nearly a half-century after it ran off the winding roads of Yosemite, they're now pulling the car out as part of Yosemite's facelift, though the mystery of who was inside that car remains. Park historians have no record of any accident. This cleanup is about more than just beauty, though. There's also the beast. Up to 450 black bears live here, and in recent years, garbage left behind has become far more than an eyesore. It's become eye-catching, at least for the bears, especially in the fall when the bears beef up for their winter rest.
Well, each acorn has about 5 calories, somewhere between 5 and 20. If you're trying to get 20,000 calories a day, that's a lot of acorns.
So the bears find other sources, food and garbage left behind. This bear sees the camera, but that doesn't stop him, because what he sees left in the car is far more enticing, a loaf of bread. And rangers say scenes like this one have become commonplace. They now send out weekly alerts, reminding visitors and campers to leave nothing behind. It's the kind of lesson learned early by the youngest volunteers, the group of 30 students who actually go to school here in the park, in the shadow of Yosemite's giant treasures.
You found junk? What'd you think of it, Jackson? What'd you think of the junk? You don't like it, huh?
The kids are going, "Thank you, Ken, for letting us pick up trash." And I'm like, "No, thank you."
I found trash, but...
The young kids are the future land stewards of our public lands, and so if we start them at an early age, that maybe we can change kind of people's behavior in the woods.
All right, good job.
In the meantime,
Thanks, guys.
it is Ken who has become Yosemite's steward, the steward whose impact is now measured by the tons. But Ken secretly looks forward to the year when there isn't enough trash to break his record. Instead, breaking habits, one visitor at a time. David Muir, ABC News, Yosemite National Park, California.